Welcome to the Texas Top 50 Barbecue Tour, where we travel all over the state to eat incredible Q on the Texas Monthly Top 50 list. We're starting this meaty journey at Kreuz, a 120-year-old German barbecue joint in Lockhart, Texas. Look at this masterpiece of a plate here. This is truly iconic barbecue, and I cannot wait to eat it. This place opened in 1900. They built on, but this barbecue has been made for 120 years. I think they might know what they're doing. I'm gonna start with the burnt end. Look at that. Totally crispy, little barbecue sauce. Let's taste this. Oh my gosh. The intensity of flavor from this incredible bark is outrageous. It's salty, it's crunchy, it's not as tender as you would get when you go towards the middle, but it's not supposed to be because it's a burnt end. It is absolutely fantastic. The crust alone, that bark, this has me really excited to keep going. I can barely hold off to eat this sausage. It's world famous and my mouth is just like watering for it. But I don't want these ribs to dry out, so I'm gonna try these first. Look at that beauty right there. Really meaty, looks delicious. I really do like their barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna try one bite with, one bite without, but it's got a nice acidity to it from the vinegar. It really helps with the richness of this amazing barbecue we're eating. Wow. That meat is so tender. It's smoky. It's got a very, very, very subtle rub on the top. You don't get a lot of the salt or the pepper, which is a little bit surprising because I expected a pretty heavy salt and pepper dry rub here, but you don't get a lot of it. The meat kind of speaks for itself, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this is really, really good rib here. Before I get my next bite, I just want to taste this. This is one of the most interesting sides I've found. So this is potato salad, but it's like a baked potato salad casserole, sort of. It looks really good. Let's try it. That is really creamy, really cheesy. The potatoes are nice and tender. That's a really good side right there. Make sure and get this. I think you will absolutely like that if you get it. One more try on this rib, and let's try it without the sauce this time. Excellent rib. So the more I eat these ribs, the more I'm just missing a little something. And it's not the flavor or the tenderness of the meat. It's just like a little something to take it over the top. I found this salt and pepper blend, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of that because I feel like that's what it might be missing. It's just, I'm used to a heavier rub, and this meat stands up all by itself, but it just needs a little something to make it to that next level for me. So I like that a lot better with just a little bit of salt. I wish they had it in the cooking process because it would have added a depth of flavor. But this is a really, really good rib, especially if you're one of those people, and there are lots of you out there that feel like barbecue is a little bit too salty. This might be right up your alley. Check out the smoke ring we have here on the brisket, and then look at that deep, dark bark. It looks so good. Let's try this out. Again, one of the things that they're famous for, one of the things Texas is famous for, is this amazing brisket that we have here. Let's try it out. That has really, really deep, rich, beautiful, smoky flavor. I wish I'd started with that because it's dried out a little bit. It's a little bit dry for my taste, but part of that is because I let it sit here for a while. It's really, really flavorful though. I really want to try this with a little bit of this great barbecue sauce on it and see if that helps with that. Give just a little bit of moisture. Much better. It's still a little bit dry for my taste, but it is very flavorful. The bark has a lot of texture to it. and it's just a really good chew. It's nice and tender, but it just lacks a little bit of moisture for me. Really good though. Now it's time for what I'm calling the wild card, and that's just whatever is not sausage, brisket, or ribs. This is still a rib, but this is a monster, absolutely delicious looking beef rib. That's one thing I love about Central Texas versus like the Panhandle where I live, is that we don't ever have beef ribs in the Panhandle. I don't know why, but it seems like everywhere you go in Central Texas, or at least most places, have the beef rib, and it's one of my favorite things, so I'm really excited about this one. Look at that. It's got great flavor, and I'm getting a little bit of fat in there, which absolutely just explodes in your mouth. Again though, just a little bit on the dry side. I don't know if we caught them on kind of a tough day or what happened, but it hasn't been like the moist, absolutely fall apart in your mouth barbecue that I was hoping for out of Lockhart. We still have the sausage to go. The beef rib was good, but it wasn't absolutely great. This so far has been a little bit of a disappointment. I saved what I hope is the best for last, and that's the sausage. That's what they are literally world famous for. Before I get into it, I want to try the other side, the mac and cheese. I've really liked the sides a lot. This is good mac and cheese. The potato casserole salad thingy was really good as well. But their sides here so far have really been great. Now, this is what it's all about. The Kreuz handmade, in-house, world-famous sausage. Let's just, oh my goodness, look at how juicy that is. That is what I'm talking about. This is the jalapeno and cheddar. I mean, seriously, that is a good sign. Oh, wow. Best sausage I've ever had in my life. Period. It is spicy. A lot spicier than I thought it was going to be. It's very creamy because of the cheese. The snap on here, outrageously good. Obviously, super juicy. Just one of the best bites of barbecue I have ever had in my life. Definitely the best sausage. I'm going to try the original. Not quite as juicy, but still looks really, really good. Check this out. So one thing that's super interesting about this sausage is that it's super fine ground. It's really, really, really fine. Some sausage you can taste kind of the coarseness in the chew, but this sausage right here is really fine, really easy to chew. It almost just falls apart in your mouth because of the way that they've ground this. I am in love with the jalapeno cheese sausage. This is going to be hard to beat on the entire trip. Oh my gosh. The only thing left to do is rank it. Slow bone stays in number 1 on the ribs. They're also going to stay number 1 on the brisket, although a different day might be a different result. And the clear winner is Kreuz on the sausage, although slow bone is still fantastic. All right, guys, that is a wrap for Kreuz. A little bit of a mixed bag here. I really enjoyed the barbecue all around. I would eat that any day and be absolutely happy. But we're at Kreuz. It's legendary, and it just didn't quite live up to the hype. But let's talk about what I absolutely loved. The sausage was phenomenal. The ribs were very good. A little underseasoned, but really, really good, especially when I added a little extra seasoning there. I really loved the sides. And then when you get to the other stuff, the beef rib, the brisket, they were both a little bit dry for me, but the flavor was dead on and so smoky and good. So any other day, that might have been absolute perfection. We just hit them on kind of a dry day. The moral of the story here, I think, is come. It's legendary. It's good. You will absolutely enjoy it. But don't expect it to be Franklin's or one of the Millers or something like that, because I just don't know that it is. But it's really quality barbecue.
If you enjoyed episode 1, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss episode 2.